Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood for YouTube, back with another Dark Shadows video for you guys and gals. I'm here to give my versus review in a very strange way, I suppose. Lela Swift's directing style versus John Sedwick's directing style. So what's the differences? With Lela, ladies first, with Lela Swift, when Lela wants to build mystery on who it could be walking through the hallway or walking up a staircase, she'll shoot their feet. And you'll see this in episodes where Roger will come home and they're playing a little bit of the ominous music. Again, Laura Parker had given an interview. She talked about where they couldn't hear that music. So here's Roger Collins, Lewis Edmonds' character walking up the staircase, and you see shoes, and then they pan up and you see it as Roger. So Lela, how she would do mystery is she would shoot the character's feet. And she would do this for the women too. She did this for Elizabeth. She did this for Carolyn and Victoria. So the one thing I love most about Lela's direction, she really takes advantage of the set design in a very unique way. Here's what I mean. So when you meet Elizabeth, Elizabeth is staring out the window, and the window is open. Then she closes it. That's how you first meet Elizabeth, and you see this very consistently with Lela in the early episodes, where in what was Elizabeth's room, Victoria Winter's room, you'll see she will also Lela Swift will also shoot where someone's opening a window and you see sometimes you'll just see the back, but sometimes you'll see their face coming out the window too. And other times you'll just see them looking out the window and you see the camera shooting the person where you can see their face, and then they shut the window or they all just walk away from it without shutting it. I think this is a very great job by a very talented director. Um, is Lela Swift my favorite director? Yeah, and it's not just because she directed, the most episodes. Um, I just love her style. I really enjoy the mystery, the way she builds a mystery of who the character might be. She tries to add suspense with her camera work, and I like that. But she also tries to capture every bit of shot she can, not just with the set design, but with the characters themselves too, both set and character. So Lela is a great director, but so is John Sedwick. When I say versus, this isn't. I don't want anyone to think this is a literal versus. Like I'm picking one director over the other. John Sedwick's direction I really enjoy too, and here's the differences with him. From what I can tell, from what I've gathered, the way John has no when John pans back, but then he goes in. And I'm not saying Lela doesn't do this. It's just something I notice more with John than I do Lela. That also something I really notice with John more so than I do Lela is John Sedwick. You see a scene where Burke Devlin they're honing in on Burke's face, and Bill Malloy is talking to him in uh, restaurant of the hotel, the diner or whatever you want to call it, and you hear Bill Malloy, but you don't see Bill Malloy's face. You see Burke's face. What what John Caldwell does, or sorry, not Caldwell, what John Sedwick does, there is There is a joke called Who Directs a thing. So what John Sedwick does really beautifully is he lets the actor's facial expression sell what the other person's saying. And you do see this in other. John does use other angles. He doesn't always go for the he doesn't always do a close up. Sometimes he'll do what I call over the shoulder, where it's not stooped on their shoulder, but he's shooting from behind another person while another person is talking to the person who's sitting there. Or he'll, because he wants you to see a person talking. He wants you to see a person talking to another. And Leela does sort of more go back and forth than I noticed that John does. That, hey, when one character's talking, then you'll get another shot of the other character or you'll get their reaction. But I really enjoy, if you go back and watch these beginning episodes, I do think both directors, in my opinion, put their own stamp on these episodes. That's something I've noticed. That's something I'm trying to point out with this video, really. Leela's stamp is the open window shots or shooting the feet and going back and forth between the characters. John's stamp is more trying to get a person's facial reaction to what another person is saying or shooting someone from the back. He also, the way John pans the camera back, and I noticed this at the Evans cottage, he shoots the Evans cottage a tad different than the way Leela shot it in the beginning. He pans back, and you don't see the door of the Evans cottage. You see the portraits, you see the window, and you see Sam come from the bedroom or wherever he's coming from to get a drink. So, and I do think that that's done on purpose by the director and the production crew, because you're panning the camera back. You know this is soundstage. You know where your camera is going to be and why you want your camera to be there. He's telling you that Sam is by his camera work and the way Sam Evans is walking toward his paintings, that Sam is still a very broken man before he says a word. And you do hear that in an episode that he feels broken and stuff like that, which I enjoy. So I know this video wasn't very long, but I hope you go back and watch the beginning episodes and get a really great appreciation for two really talented directors, Lela Swift and John Sedwick. Guys, have a nice day.